Sure, we'll run a Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower sees like so much legacy play and zero modern play whatsoever. Somebody's already got a a modern trophy. Oh, man, there's like nobody in the modern queues at the moment. I want a pre-release and a full box with Lockmare, so I really like the card. Like sealed. Like it's a fantastic sealed card. Or just limited in general. But at the same time, like I won my pre-release with find this. I won my pre-release with 3 copies of this uncommon 2/5 tree folk. I don't know if that means I think it's modern playable. Just it absolutely soloed some people. But I think Lockmare's got a lot of cool text for standard. I don't know how well it'll do in modern or if it'll see like any play at all. But I think it does a lot of cool stuff for standard. One mine with Sunderflock Ashling's command. Those are by all technicalities words you can say together. Mirabito coming in with a 39-month resub. Thank you so much. Welcome back to the subscribers. Remember that sub challenge that you beat in 2 leagues? That was a good time. That was a good time. You bring up a happy memory. Kind of thought I was about to get mana tithed. I think I'm just jamming this. Gonna feel bad if they have like double galvanic discharge, but anything else, I'm kind of happy. Blade or Blood Moon? Neither. Yeah, that's fine. Am I going for the... I don't think I'm going for the end of turn push. I would really like to find fourth land to just hold up subtlety. Could discard the Kaito. But nice. I don't think I'm ever casting Kaito. I could just use it to pitch to a force or a subtlety or something. Bunny, what's up? Yeah, I really want to get together a creature heavy blue black tempo list in modern, like a curiosity list. I don't know if it'll be curiosity, but like with Flitterwing Nuisance and stuff like Orcish Bowmaster, it seems like you could potentially have a big turn there, especially with all the free stuff. Kaito's the pitch for Blood Moon. Well, if they play a Blood Moon, I'm just like hard casting a force negation on it. I don't think I'm pitching. So I could have like hard cast force plus fatal push a Johnny. Spyro. So worst case scenario would be discharge your own cat, but I could force. Could also look at ninjutsuing back my subtlety next turn. A lot of creatures means fuck to fairy. I don't see a problem there. All right. I think I like ninjutsuing off of this subtlety here. And we'll just draw here. You know what? Let's go top. I don't know if I'm going to keep that second one there, but I like being able to decide that later. Do you think with the design of the new elementals, they fix a previous mistake and set up a future ban of the pitch elementals? I think Solitude especially is not long for this world. I think Solitude like has a very, very real chance of getting banned before too long. And I think for the most part, anybody who believes otherwise is playing Solitude. But the card for the most part is just like not healthy. I'll let this go. If they want to Flage go after it or something, that's fine. Okay. So it is a Flage. I could subtlety this, or I could just let them have the Kaito. I think I'm just going to let them have the kill the Kaito. Kaito doesn't really matter anymore. Subtlety, pitch, force, but like, why? The Kaito doesn't matter. I'm not saving the Kaito next turn. They're going to be able to attack it down. Like, I'm not holding back the frog to stand in front of the cat to save the Kaito. Didn't we have lethal? We're attacking for like 5. How'd we have lethal? We'd be ticking Kaito up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They were at 12. Oh, the life gain from Flage. You're right. That is fair. But if they had like a galvanic discharge, it's not lethal, right? And they had a red mana open, they weren't tapped out. So still lethal with 2 less cards from pitch subtlety. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think, no, Curiosity would have been pitch. I think it was. I think it was still lethal. I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I go Bowmaster, push. I could set up lethal if they have nothing, but I think there's like no reason to do that into a bunch of open mana. Even so, our position is like nigh impossible, just taking it slow. I agree with that as well. I don't think there's like any major incentive for us rushing here outside of throwing away a bunch of cards. And if they did piece together something like if one of their last two cards was a galvanic discharge to kill Kaito before we pass turn and we don't have lethal into like Surveil of Flage or something insane like that, they could theoretically get out of it. There's not really a reason to outside of the clock, but 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll just play another frog. Say go. I want to discard. Well, Curiosity did some stuff. Do we think this is a Lockmare matchup? Seems a little slow on the draw. Trim on some Kaitos. It's our blue Tarmogoyf, but it's not. Like late game, hitting one on like turn 6 or something would be fine. To just bring it in, immediately draw a couple cards. But it's like never what I want to do on turn 2. Because it's just a 2, or no, it's a 1-2 on turn 2. So it's dying to everything on the draw. Isn't really where I want to be. Spike's Moon Shadow deck looks cool. Reminds me of the old red-black shadow lists. The good old days. Back when Magic was pure and innocent. Opponent mulls to 5. Let's go. Mull to 5. Still have a 1-drop. All right. I'm going to plan on getting basic island, basic swamp so I don't get punked by a blood moon. Hopefully opponent plays like an Ajani or something here I can interact with. Yeah, that works too. Back when you could play real mid-range decks. True. Okay. So here's the question of the day. Do I hold up Bowmaster in case 2 of their last 3 cards are land Spyro? Or do I play out the frog because frog? I think I'm going to hold up Bowmaster. kind of feel like they've got a blood moon. Never mind. What do I know? Mm. They're gonna play the Roku. Nope. Damn it. I don't know what they're doing. Keep trying to make predictions and they're going awry. They kept something on top. This is a league. This isn't even the challenge. As much as I want Kaito. We already scrubbed out of the challenge. It was bad. What you got? Another Ragavan. Sure. Surely that's not what they kept on top, though. Right? So you're telling me there's a chance? I guess if we can finish 4 more rounds in 23 minutes, yeah, there's a chance. I feel like the odds are fairly low, but stranger things have happened. We could have 4 straight opponents just scoop the match. That's the last scene 3 weeks ago on Demir Mill. I want to play against Mill. In the name of all things just and holy, I forbid you from casting an archive trap. If I didn't need a land, I would keep that. I know. I'd be okay with a crab since we had the fatal push. I just didn't want to get archived. This is a very strange mill list. So this is going to be Storm. I know it's Storm because they played a red fetch for an elegant parlor where Boros plays white fetches. We'll see if we're right. Do the thing. Come on. Come on. Do the thing. Or is it just Jeskai Blink? We're wrong on all accounts. All right, never mind. It's just Jeskai Blink. Thought opponent was on a cool new brew they wanted to show off. Land. Land. Thank you. I'll just put a Kaito into play. Nothing bad has ever happened to someone just putting a Kaito into play. I think they skipped through playing their Felia. I believe they skipped through playing their Felia. I think there's a big difference between 4 and 5 here. I kind of want to draw a card, see if I can find a counter spell. Apparently we're destined to have a frog. They did put the Quantum Riddler back on top. MTGO says you have to cast a frog. MTGO gets really pushy sometimes. It's like, no, you are casting a frog. Period. End of discussion. See, I told you nothing bad has ever happened in the history of the world to anybody that's cast a Kaito. They'll tell you I'm lying and they're incorrect. This looks like a Lockmare matchup. Master's too much aura. Bowmaster's too strong. Sideboard Bowman's wild. Well, it's what happens when you're really not sure what you want in your sideboard. And Bowmasters is a card that exists. Aura Farmer Horse Serpent. Old McDonald had an Aura farm. Are we ready? Are ready for this fantastic rodeo ride we're about to go on? I mean, it's flying in the picture, so how could you not give it flying? Like, that is very clearly levitating above the water. We have sharks flying in Magic. That's true. We do, in fact, have flying sharks. All right. So I am going to believe that my opponent has got a copy of the card Mystical Dispute right now. And I don't want to haphazardly throw my Lockmare in front of it. So I am going to choose to pass the turn. Cannot throw the win condition. I need this thing. My opponent is going to respond back with not having anything to do on their turn 3. Spell Snare. Interesting. That is not the Magic the Gathering the card Mystical Dispute, but it would have countered my Lockmare nonetheless. So wrong formula, right answer. Prismatic ending on my frog. Sure. Do I want another frog? Sebastian, what's up? I don't think I do. I don't think I want another card that's got to like sit around and do nothing. But I do want to cast the card Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. And I would like to make an emblem so that if you find a land in haste a Quantum Riddler, you cannot kill my Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. Okay. Now, I believe I would rather draw than make another emblem. Now that Kaito's at 5 loyalty, since I have an answer to like a Flash Dog Felia. I'm glad that I chose this course of action. And I think I'm going to save the Lockmare for a turn so that next turn I can play it and draw 2 in one cycle. You didn't say the magic word. right. I would like to cast the Magic the Gathering card, Bitter Bloom Bearer. First fairy token made of 2026. Right here, folks. I think I'm going to tick up Kaito. I kind of like the idea of getting it up to 7 loyal. No, we're just going to draw. Why tick up when we can hit our opponent and draw cards? Ticking up's lame. How's the fairy felt? Well, I have cast it one time, and it has made a 1/1 flying fairy token, so whatever we want to rate that. I would like to draw a Magic the Gathering card. We were going to get to cast the third one too. We had the Flitterwing. We had the combo. We had Magic the Gathering's rendition of Exodia ready to go. Lockmare winning from hand. Such aura that it just permeates from the hand out. And the opponent's like, wait, I can feel that Lockmare from here. I can't beat that. Are we making a Washington? We could have. Would have depended on what our opponent decided to do, but it was certainly an option available to us. We should call this deck the Kaito Gang. I mean, I'm all for trying to make Kaito better in Modern. Then we run into Eldrazi. Ugh. Did opponent... Hold up. Hold up. Did they like literally trophy before the update and then register after the update? Are they just running like no new cards with Eldrazi? Oh. I will say I don't particularly love our chances here because we cut Harbinger out of the board to make room for some of this other stuff. Main deck Trinisphere. Believe in the Fae. The Fae have not historically had a great track record into Eldrazi. That's kind of... Eldrazi Tron is kind of the final nail in the coffin to the original fairy deck in Modern. All right, you've got a Karn the Great Creator. Getting what? Sky Sovereign Council flagship. Land off the top, one time dealer. One time dealer. Damn it. Just natural Tron. So do they have natural Tron plus natural Tron plus Ugin's lab? Or do they draw into it? Because they started off mine into this doesn't matter because they just have the devour. They started off mine into map, into Ugin's Labyrinth Trinisphere, into second Tron land Karn, into third Tron land. So they either had Natty Tron and we were never winning that game in a million years, or they drew into Natty Tron, in which case we were never winning that game in a million years. So push is coming out. Stern Scolding is coming out. Shieldred's Edict can drop one. Spell Snare is entirely dependent on whether or not I think they're on any copies of talismans. Yeah, I guess Borrower is coming in just as a body. I don't actively want Borrower. Like, I'm never bouncing a Karn or a Devour or something, but 3 mana flash body is not the worst. Okay. I think I throw back Bitter Bloom here. That way I can hold up Consign on 1 for like a map. If they do nothing, I can Flitterwing plus Consign on 2. And then Kaito on 3. I would throw Swamp. I don't think you can throw Swamp with a hand that's on the play and just doesn't do anything if you don't have the third land Kaito. Like, I need this Kaito to win the game, to find me more interaction. The Bitter Bloom Bearer is like a 6 or 7 turn clock by itself. Plus the Flitterwing's like maybe a turn off of that. And that's just way too slow with only one piece of interaction. And I don't want to play out Flitterwing on turn 1 in case they have a map. So if I'm playing Flitterwing on turn 2 to hold up Consign turn 1 and 2, it makes more sense to throw away my slow play. Because again, if I play out Bitter Bloom on 2, go to my turn, make a fairy, I still have to pick up the actual Bitter Bloom to Ninjutsu and Kaito, which puts me even a turn farther behind with getting the Bitter Bloom online doing anything. But this just is kind of the downside of being on a list that is cut Thoughtseize and is not running Harbinger of the Seas. Like, we're just going to be in really bad shape against Tron. Bruh. Get out of here. Natural Tron after I counter the map. Game 1 natural Tron. What is this nonsense? Could just discard everything to Frog. Like, if they have a Kolaghan's command or Kozilek's command, I'm not beating that anyway, so might as well just let them have this and try to kill them with Kaito or whatever. Yeah. Opponent just had the freaking nuts. Nothing you do about that one is a fair mid-range gamer. Flute for consign. We'll consign Frog. Anything disruptive. Usually any of the fair Tron decks bring in like 4 flutes post board or 3 or something. Some stupid amount. Hate Eldrazi decks. Well, it's kind of funny because like Eldrazi had dropped off to the point where people were like cutting their 4th copies of Consign, cutting Harbingers, and then as soon as they did, that deck just jumped right back up to like the top of the meta. Eldrazi Tron was like down here somewhere, and then people just barely started cutting, and it skyrocketed back. We are doing really good at drawing Bitter Bloom Bear, though. This card seems to want to be in like every opening hand. I'm gonna try to lean on Bitter Bloom this game unless turn one just shows me something that like I need Frog down against. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna try my best to go the Bitter Bloom route. Unfortunately, I'm not completely in the camp of throwing purely for content, so I will not make the claim of running Bitter Bloom out regardless of what we see. And the sad part is there's like really not that many times I would ever actively want to cast Bitter Bloom over Frog if given the option. But I guess opponents skipping land drops is a good reason too. Is this it? Is this how we find out Bitter Bloom is cracked by our opponent just not doing anything? Is this like Affinity with no lands? How's it going? Is it good? We're currently 2-1, so it hasn't been bad, but we've kind of been 2-1 just based off the normal blue black cards. Not really 2-1 because of any of the new stuff. So take it with a grain of salt. I think I'm just going to Bowmaster before this Mishra's Bauble. So I have Subtlety up into double Counterspell. My guess is that opponent kept a hand with I think it's Affinity, and I think they kept a hand with Pinnacle Emissary and a bunch of stuff and just never found a land drop or like a maybe a third 0 mana artifact for Mox Opal. So I'm gonna go into game 2 with that being the assumption. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I really can't think of another deck that would keep that would have Mishra's Bauble, keep a 7 with no land drop, and not really do anything. If it's Affinity, Bitter Bloom Bearer looks pretty bad into that because the drones can block the bearer and the fairy tokens. Oh wait, Stern Scolding, get out of here. Keep a Bitter Bloom over a Stern Scolding. Has an answer to Kappa. Force a negation for a Mox Opal on turn 1. I think I'm going to keep this and kind of hope it gets there. They have a really quick turn 1 Pinnacle Emissary, could be bad. If they have to wait till turn 2 to Emissary, I've got Fatal Push. They did not go for a play before this, so like a land. This could be an Emery start. I'll take another land. Mox Opal pass the turn. Lockmare Aura. Lockmare Aura too strong. Oh man. I hope this league makes it to YouTube. I hope that the title and the thumbnail are all about Lockmare. And I hope people watch it and just watch opponents scooping to Lockmare in hand without ever actually seeing the card. Because I think that video would be fairly epic. Wanma. So probably some form of reanimator. Not a great hand into most reanimator starts. Is it just a fair frog deck? Like Ketchermos or something? Meticulous Archive. Mill over a Fatal Push. Archive, mill over a push. What does that mean for me? Guess it could be Esper Blink. Not Esper blank. Well, I might as well Bowmaster here, right? Because if I don't, I'm not really doing anything else. It's always the chance that they have like Solitude white card and don't have the Goryos set up. Force negation, faithful mending. Well, that's good for me. That's really good. Thoughtseize, see that I have absolutely nothing relevant going on. Pending. Yep. Okay. Counterspell. 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 Take that one. Will indeed take that one. All right. Let's see if we can find a land here. Got the mending and response. Sure. Do get an Atraxa in the yard. No. No. The tapped land. The tapped land of doom. Maybe they don't have the Goryos. Yep. They discarded a force negation early. So maybe there's a chance they don't have a force. No, they just have the Goryos. Got it all. Fair enough. Well, I guess good to know that that Surveil didn't matter for that coming to play tap land. And yeah, they got Ephemerate. We're sitting here with double push. So definitely want these. Want you. Guess we're bringing in Lockmare here. Lockmere solo this. I don't know if I'd say solo it. I guess technically stranger things have happened, so I'm not going to completely count Lockmere out. Love to play first. Sure. Go, my little nuisance, go. What are the odds this Lockmere gets countered if I play it out? Like, I kind of think I'm better holding up Bowmaster this turn, saving Lockmere to maybe pitch to Subtlety if they've got a frog. Hold up Cling so I can't get just like oops into an Atraxa. Opponent takes the bait. 1000 IQ, 1000 IQ little Flitterwing nuisance. Nice. Nice blue card for Subtlety. Ditch that. Play out the Lockmere. Say go. Opponent frantically reading the horse. Opponent just concede. You can't win. Don't do it. No. No. The horse. Coward indeed. And they put the Solitude on top. I guess that's okay. They put the Solitude on top, which means they're not drawing a land. And I've got Mystical Dispute. It's just got all the fatal pushes and pendings. All right. Good draw. You're the nicest way possible. Can you not have third fatal push? The nicest, most respectful way possible. Can you not have third fatal push? All right. Let's bring the stern scoldings back in over like a force and I'm going to cut a flitter wing. So I don't think I'm playing flitter wing on turn 1 on the draw. I think I'd rather have a spell snare or a stern scolding up. Literally no way this could ever go wrong, right? Did you miss anything special? Not really. It's got the thought seize. Okay. Mystical dispute. So that would lead me to believe that they've got a psychic frog. Come on, untapped land. Come on, untapped land. One-time dealer. Damn it. All right. So I am going to surgical them because I want to shuffle away this frog. We'll do it on their upkeep. No. I want to do it now so that they can't cast a what's it called and draw into it faithful mending. Well, I shuffle away the frog, but they just have to fairy, so good times all around. They do have another marsh flats. You think we can get them on that? Stop on your draw step. Huh? Huh? Come on. Yes. Nice to fairy. Come on, second land. Second land. Yes. Yes. We're gaming. No. Maybe. Ugh. This game's so stressful. I really need this Bowmaster on the battlefield. Not doing me any good. Okay. No. Come on, just bounce my orc army. Son of a... Ah! Got it all. Got it all. Get rid of faithful mending. Yeah, sure. I think my only out is to like draw another copy of Bowmaster right now to kill this Teferi. Because I need something that dodges Mystical Dispute. Can we say justice? Can we say justice in the chat? Okay, you've got nothing. Now we have Scolding plus Counterspell up. You don't have another Solitude. Hold. Brothers, hold. Then you force a negation. You don't force a negation, okay? It's probably the right call to not force negation there. If we're being honest. All All right. I'm not asking for much in this life. I'm just asking for this to work. Don't think there's any reason not to draw here. All right. You got nothing. You got nothing one time. Oh, that would have been the reason to keep the Bowmaster on board. I wanted to pick the Bowmaster up to have the ping available so I could like respond to something with Bowmaster ping. I really did not think about them just like having a Faithful Mending Dead in hand. I guess technically it wouldn't change anything because they'd gain 4, take 4, but they'd be like dead next turn anyway, so they still get to do all this. Doesn't, yeah, this is fine. More than I think, the more I think about it. Can you just play like a frog? So they've got a mystical dispute, 2 unknowns. I like that play out of you, opponent. That's a good play. I would like to tap a Psychic Frog. You've got Mystical Dispute, 2 unknowns, or Mystical Dispute unknown. So I am going to put you to 1. I'm going to cast an Orcish Bowmaster, which you're going to have to hard cast Mystical Dispute on. Got there. Oh, GG's. GG's. Lockbear wins. All except for the Tron. Opponent did respect the Lockmare over killing the Bowmaster in game 1. So they recognized what the horse could do. They recognize. I probably will end up putting this this league up on YouTube just for the fun of it. Just because I think it's really hilarious to have a bunch of games that Lockmare wins in hand. How'd Sultai play? Very meh. Threats were not great if we didn't see like Dress Down or Hepatra's Mark. So we need Thoughtseize. Yeah, we really did miss Thoughtseize that league like a lot. I'd probably just run Thoughtseizes over like Curiosity Wan Chi Tong or something. Or if you wanted to keep the high end stuff in the deck, sorry, Bitter Bloom Bearer, you'd probably be better off as Thoughtseize. Maybe even Nuisance, something in that realm.